don't have a kid is the first thing that comes out of women mouth who have children to people who don't have kids. And you think I'm gonna have a child? You think too highly of me.
My thoughts on having kids. These are my thoughts. These are my feelings. Okay, just throwing that out there. You know how some of these people get mad, but when it comes to having kids, so when I was younger, I used to want kids, but it wasn't because I wanted kids. It was because I thought it was something that I was supposed to do, if that makes any sense. So I've always, well, when I was younger, I used to always have this thought that, oh, you get older, you get married, you have these kids, and that's the life that you're supposed to live. But in reality, I never actually had like that motherly feeling. Like, you know how some women have that motherly feeling, like, oh my God, I want to have a baby. That type of feeling. I never had that feeling before. Never. It was always because, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get older. I'm supposed to have kids. It was never, oh my God, I want to have a baby grow in my womb. It was never that. And I've been pregnant before. I had a miscarriage. I was pregnant while I was married, and me and my ex-wife, we were actually pregnant at the same time, and I ended up miscarrying my baby. And I always look at that as, yeah, it hurt, but it happened for a reason, because shortly after that, that's when me and my wife, we end up separating, and then going through a divorce, and all of that stuff. But I don't know, like, I always looked at kids as such a huge responsibility, because not only are you responsible for yourself now, but you're also responsible for this young human being. And in this world, it's just so much things that could happen with this human being that you are not prepared for. I mean, everybody is usually prepared to have this healthy baby, but when the baby comes out, you don't know what could possibly go wrong with this baby. Like, this baby might have to depend on you for the rest of his life. Like, as far as like physically, like, the baby can't do for itself or anything like that. Or, I think about the parents that have lost their kids and stuff like that. I don't know if I would be able to handle that mentally, like losing my child, something that I carried for 9 months, and something happening to my child. I would lose it. I would lose it. So I'm just like, mentally, I could not have a baby. Like, I just couldn't do it. And I've played stepmom to quite a few kids in my lifetime, and I'm a great stepmom. I always make sure the kids are good and all of that stuff. But to birth my own child and be responsible for that child, and then something happened to that child, oh my God, I would lose it. I would lose my mind. Oh my God. But those are like my thoughts on having a kid. That's why I personally do not want any kids, because it's so much that comes with having a kid. It's more than just, Hallmark cards and hummingbirds. It's just the what ifs that come with having a kid. But that's not me saying, don't have kids or anything like that. It's just me. And then the whole baby daddies and I could not. Some of the stuff that y'all be dealing with y'all baby daddies, I could not. Oh, no, no, no. I've been I don't know. I just could not deal with some of the stuff that y'all be going through with these baby daddies. No. Like, you don't wanna do for your child? Okay, cool. I'm gonna ask you one time. After I ask you that one time and you don't do it, okay, it's time for me to bring the middle person in, because I ain't got time to be playing with you like that. But some of y'all will be going back and forth for years to try to get this man to do what he's supposed to do for this kid that he's refusing to do. And I could not, but I will tip my hat off to y'all every time. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts on having kids and stuff. I don't think I would ever sacrifice my uterus for a man to carry his child. Not nowadays. Absolutely not. Nope.
This is why I don't want no fucking kids. Because my mom calls me, right? Mind you, I'm an eldest daughter. She calls me like, Mara, let me tell you what your brother just did. She's mad as fuck, right? Mind you, I was having a good night. I'm here making my little dinner, about to pour me a glass of wine, and there comes my mom. Guess what your brother did, Mara? And then she proceeds to tell me what he did, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. And it be like, my little brother, he's all the birth control I need. I am not having no fucking kids. I do not have, I have enough with him. And I'm telling my mom, you see, this is why I don't want to have kids. Amara, you know, the kids are your family. Los niños son la familia. I don't give a fuck about no damn kids. I'm not. Once you get older, that's always the thing. I'm giving myself, I'm gonna be a cat lady. I don't care. I don't need this stress in my life. Cause you hear how I'm talking? I'm fucking stressed. Why? Because my mom calls me telling me, oh, look what your brother did. Some dumb shit as per usual. Now I'm mad. I was happy 2 seconds ago. 5 minutes ago, I was happy. Making my little dinner. Pouring me my glass of wine. I don't want no kids.
So I have made the executive decision that I do not want children and I do not plan on having kids. Okay. So with that being said, for a long time, I thought I was not going to be able to get married to a man unless I was willing to have a kid. And so for a long time, I started to lie to myself and lie to men and tell them like, yeah, I'm willing to have a kid if I'm married. And during that time, I really thought like, okay, I'm just going to have to suck it up and have a kid for my husband. It is what it is. But then I met my homegirl, which she travels just as much as me, if not more. She's just a year older than me. She's married. She doesn't want kids. Her husband already has one grown child and one school age child, and he's okay with not having no more kids. And he's only willing to have them if she wants them. And she doesn't want kids because she never had a desire to want kids, just like me. And talking to her honestly just gave me a little boost. And I was like, you know what? If you can get married and not want to have kids and don't plan on having kids, so can I. And I should not be settling for having a child for my husband for something I don't even want. I do not want kids. I never, ever, ever wanted children since I was a kid. I never wanted kids. At first, they was like, oh, you just saying that because you're young. You a kid. When you get grown, you're going to change your mind. Then when I was young, in my 20s, they was like, oh, you're going to change your mind. Now, I am a 33-year-old woman. Baby, I know. I don't want no kids. I don't want no children. Like, I'm okay with being a step parent, a bonus mom, but having kids of my own, absolutely not. And now that I met my homegirl and see how she has a successful marriage and she doesn't want kids, don't plan on having kids, and her husband okay with that, I'm in a, like, it really boosts a little, like, boosts something in me. Because, baby, I can get married, and I like Uncle them, and she got Uncle them. Like, I like Uncle them. Uncle them usually don't even want to start over. He ain't trying to have no more kids. So, yeah, I accepted the fact that I'm not having kids, and neither do I want any. Even though I already accepted the fact that I didn't want any. But I'm accepting the fact that I'm not going to have kids for my husband. Period. So, with that being said, I'm dating for marriage. So, if you plan on wanting to have kids, and I tell you I want no kids, and you still try to take me on a date, I don't be understanding. I just told you what I want. We don't want the same thing. Why waste your money and then complain about it afterwards? Because I ain't giving them no nookie. I ain't giving them no nookie, okay?
So I did a list yesterday, and today I've decided to do another list. And this is the list of why I don't mind being the cool auntie with no kids. Even though everybody gets onto me and says I have to have kids, I don't have to do shit. That's number one. Thank you. Cool. So I would like to put in a disclaimer that it would be nice. I'm not going to say I would love to, because I know, like, I'm not going to lie to you guys in it. I wouldn't love to. Like, I don't think about it. It would be nice to have some children. If not, then I'm sure I'll be fine. Anyways, cool. So my first thing on the list is being attached to somebody for life. The thought of that scares the hell out of me, because I feel like if this person is not the person that they were when I decided to have the child, and now I have to be around them all the time, I'm gonna get mad. I'm somebody, I like to quit things. Like every relationship I've ever been in, I don't talk to my exes, no contact. I am somebody, if you disrespect me, I need to be able to disappear without trace, never to be seen again. I can't do that with a child, okay? So that really upsets me. Number two, all the stories I've heard, they just make pregnancy, motherhood sound like suffering. I don't like suffering. I don't want to, like, I know there's good parts, but it's like most of the things I hear is just like people just complaining and just life is hard. Like, I don't need life to be hard. Life isn't hard for me right now. Why would I go and put myself in a position to make life hard? I don't like it. Number three, I'm selfish. I like being alone. I get into moods sometimes where I literally don't want to speak to people. Like on Monday, I call them silent days. It's so mad, but I literally have days where I don't want to talk. I'm not upset. I need my brain to refresh. So I can't be hearing mommy, mommy, because how am I supposed to tell a 3-year-old I'm having a silent day? I can't ignore a child, so I'd rather not. Number four, if it's not 50-50, it's going to be 100. So basically what I'm saying to you is, at the crux of it all, at the end of the day, all I care about is that you're a father to your child. I don't actually care if you want to stay with me or not, because people change their minds. That's up to you, babes. Like, just let me know. Don't cheat on me. That'll be nice. But all I care about is that you're actually a father to your child, that we actually go 50-50 should we decide to go our separate ways, that you will actually father your, sorry, my tongue is in, that you will father your child. Because if you're not going to go 50-50, I might get a lot of heat for saying this, but I will drop that child outside your door and I will go backpacking for 6 months. One thing about me, I deserve to rest, and I think mothers deserve to rest, and society has put it on us that women can't leave their kids ever, like they always have to be there. I find that weird. Number four or number five, whatever it is, at this point I'm over it. Having a child with somebody who I constantly have to like say thank you to, I find that weird. And let me explain myself. Society's always thanking dads for things that are normal. Like, I've seen like people stay with their kids, like when the mums like go on holiday and look after their kids, people are like, you're such a good dad. I'm not thanking you for doing shit you're supposed to be doing. This is your child. Stay at home and feed the child. Like, you should have to do that. The same way I'm a mum and I have to do it, so should you. So I don't want to have to be in the habit of saying thanks for babysitting your own child. I'm gonna get mad. And lastly, but bad days for me seem like they will just get worse if there's a child. I'm so sorry. Imagine getting fired from work and I've lost my source of income and I come home and the child's put a fork through the TV. I just can't. I don't see myself having a bad day. I can understand the joy of like having a bad day and hearing, mommy, I love you, you're so pretty, but they're not that nice all the time. Some of them will be like, mommy, your forehead's so big, like, and you're already having a bad day. I genuinely don't have the time for that. So that's me. I'm not sorry, guys. I'm not doing it.
On top of the fact that I don't want a man, I don't want children. I don't want kids at all. And I dated my ex. He wanted children. And I thought he could be the one to make me change that. In the end, I realized that was a lie. That was a lie. I should have never convinced myself that I want kids for a man. That was the dumbest thing I could have ever done, and I will never, ever do it again. I don't want kids. I don't want to ruin my body. I do not want the struggle of being somebody's mother. I am the oldest daughter. There is not a bone in my body that wants to go through what my mother went through. Why would I want to? I saw it all firsthand. Why would I want to do that to myself? And I am grateful that I am here. But good God, I think about the life my mother could have had if she didn't have us. And I know she is so grateful for us. But I do not want to subjugate myself to that. I don't. I have no desire to be tied to a man for the rest of my life. I don't. I think babies are beautiful, but I do not want one. And I probably I never will. I never will. There's no changing my mind at this point. I've been thinking about selling my eggs because I might as well get some money out of them because I'm not using them. And I'd love to see a little me running around here somewhere. I don't care. As long as I don't birth it. I do not want to birth a baby. That sounds like pure fucking torture. Birthing a baby sounds awful. It sounds awful. Being pregnant sounds awful. Why would I want to do it? If men were the ones to have babies, they would not be getting pregnant. Are you serious? Are you serious? Men only want babies because they don't want them. They don't have to have them. That's it. That's it. So, no. I do not want to have your kids. I don't want to even have my own kids. And that is never going to change. And I am so proud of that fact.
A lot of people ask me, do I want to have kids? And I tell them every freaking time, no. And I say no because I just don't want to be a bad parent. Like, you know what I mean? Like right now, I don't have a lot of patience. And God is teaching me how to be more patient in my life. And children require a lot of patience that I don't have. So when people ask me now, like in my life right now, I'm saying no. Because I wouldn't want to like be short-tempered with my child. I wouldn't want to make them cry. With like, you know what I mean? And you need to find that balance between like soft parenting and actually disciplining your child. And I don't know to find balance. I don't know. Like I babysit a lot of kids and I'm really good with children. It's just that of my own no. Like I like children I can return back to their rightful owner, okay? I don't know if it's going to change in the future. I don't know like if I would not have a significant other and they like they're so good with children, they want children, that it might change or it might click. I don't know. But for me personally right now, no, I do not want children. And I'm standing on what I'm saying. I'm not changing that for nobody. Just because you think I'm going to have beautiful babies. It's not about having beautiful babies, bruh. It's about having a responsibility of taking care of a child for the rest of your life. Not just when they're 18. They're still your kids past becoming an adult. You still have to take care of them no matter what. I don't have the funds, I don't have the money, I don't have the patience, I don't have the time, okay? I don't even have the money to take care of my darn self. So adding a baby to the fold and all my money going straight to diapers and formula, no. I like the children, I can give them birthday gifts and they're going their merry way. You know what I mean? Like, no. They really be like really cute to look at, but to have 24/7 when I'm trying to go to sleep, when I want to watch a movie, when I want to eat a good meal, when I want to just go on a random walk, like no. And then nobody actually talk about how expensive it is to actually have a baby at a hospital. I saw one lady bill and I gagged. I'm not having, no. Heck no. No kids for me. I'm not saying it again. Don't ask.
Why having kids would ruin my life. They too expensive. Not only do you gotta buy necessities like food and Pampers, but you also gotta buy them what they want. They'll either want a million toys or they'll want the most expensive game system out there. Life is already expensive as a single person, so why would I want to have a kid? No free time. My sleeping schedule would be messed up and I would probably have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to a baby crying. When I come home, I want to come to a quiet house. I want to come to complete silence and I just want to turn my TV on. I don't want to come home from work and hear, mommy, 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 mommy. I'm one of those people that don't like having people in my face all the time and I need my solitude. If I make plans for myself, I want to easily be able to go out to eat or go to the movies without having to call a babysitter. My mental health would be bad. I already struggle with anxiety, but I know if I had a kid, my anxiety would be way worse. Postpartum depression is so common and I don't want to go through that after I have a child. I would hate to be in the middle of a mental breakdown and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm about to cry, but then suddenly my kid taps me on the shoulder and be like, hey, I want to go to McDonald's before they close. I feel like you wouldn't be able to have mental health days for yourself and you wouldn't be able to take a break. It don't matter how depressed you are or whether you want to take your life or none of that, you still have to take care of your child. And I have many more reasons on why having a kid will ruin my life, so yeah, call me selfish.